New fears about nuclear power could lead to a boost for natural gas. In a new report from Barclays, analysts say Japan will need to use more liquefied natural gas because nuclear facilities are going offline. Demand for LNG worldwide could go up by as much as 3%. Commodities analyst Biliana Pehlivanova contributed to the report, and she joins us now. So how much gas will Japan need to replace these nuclear facilities that are damaged now and the ones that they might have to take offline for repairs?
Yes, good morning, Margaret. Difficult days for Japan, and certainly the demand for liquefied natural gas will be spiking in the next few months and probably maybe even years. What we are seeing right now is that there is about 12 to 13 gigawatts of nuclear capacity that is offline. And if we try to estimate how much natural gas that could take to replace, if we look at what happened in the aftermath of the Kashiwazaki Kariwa nuclear power station shut down in 2007, natural gas took about 40% of the share of fossil fuel generation that was called on. So if we were to assume that natural gas again replaces about 40% of the lost nuclear capacity, then that yields a roughly 800 mmcf per day increase in the Japanese natural gas consumption. That's about 9% of Japan's demand and about 3% globally.
Well, we've already had South Korea and Russia say that they would boost some of their exports. Is that where the supply is going to come from?
Yes, supplies are likely to come from all over the world, really. The global liquefied natural gas markets have undergone a transformation over the last couple of years, and there is now a significant spot trade, something that was not really a feature of the LNG markets just a few years back. So there is increasing amount of LNG cargoes that are flexible in their destinations, and we could certainly see supplies from all over the world being diverted to Japan. We'll likely see volumes coming from Russia, from Qatar, and Korean cargoes have already been diverted as well.
So do you see a follow-through here in the United States? I mean, we've been talking about natural gas prices at home being depressed for so long.
Yes, indeed, and the U.S. market is likely to remain relatively sheltered from the impact of this situation because LNG right now accounts for just 2% of the natural gas supply in the U.S. The downside risks to our LNG imports are relatively limited. We could lose about 50% of that, but again, that being just 2% of overall supply, it doesn't really move the needle too much. What it is like, I'm sorry?
And these nuclear fears, you're not already modeling for a switch to perhaps wean us off of nuclear energy. You'd say that's going too far?
Well, it is difficult to tell right now how that is going to develop, but certainly with the escalation of the situation at Fukushima Daiichi, it does seem increasingly likely that we're going to see a greater number of nuclear power reactors remaining offline for an extended period of time. Possibly even the reactors that were not impacted by the earthquake and tsunami are likely to face increased scrutiny over their safety measures, and that could cause them to be shut down for extended periods of time for evaluation. So there are definitely upside risks to our estimates for the increase in LNG consumption in Japan, just based off of that. And in addition to that, Tokyo Electric Power Company is short currently of power resources, even with the restoration of the thermal facilities that have been damaged by the earthquake. They're likely to be short going into the summer. And one of the things they're planning to do is build smaller natural gas-fired turbines that take just about a couple of months to build, especially at existing sites. So that could cause a further jump of LNG consumption.
Thank you very much, Biliana. Just one of the other side stories that we're finding developing out of this nuclear crisis. Thank you so much.